You just bought something online. It arrived in 2 days, the packaging was clean, and you left a 5-star review. Simple, normal, you never once thought about where it actually came from. But behind that order was a system so strange, so layered, and so ruthless that most people who try to run it never make it past month 3. This is every level of a dropshipper, from the person who just watched their first YouTube tutorial at midnight, to the person moving 7 figures a month without ever touching a single product. Level 1 is the dreamer. You're sitting in your bedroom, probably late at night, probably watching a video that promises financial freedom in 30 days. Someone on screen is showing you their Shopify dashboard. The numbers are huge. You feel something shift in your chest. You think, I could do that. You open a new tab, you create a free Shopify trial. You pick a niche, maybe pet accessories, maybe kitchen gadgets, maybe something you saw trending on TikTok. You feel like you have already started, but here is what you do not know yet. You have not started. You have only imagined starting. The dreamer phase is defined by enthusiasm without information. You do not know what a profit margin actually means in practice. You do not know that the supplier on AliExpress with 500 reviews and 4.5 stars is going to ship your customer a product that looks nothing like the listing photo. You do not know that running ads costs money before it makes money. The dreamer is not wrong for dreaming, but the dream is about to meet reality. Level 2 is the beginner. You have now spent money. Not much, maybe $100 on ads, maybe $30 on a theme. Maybe a Shopify subscription you forgot was auto-renewing. You have launched your first store. You have products imported from DSers or AutoDS. You are watching your ad account the way a hawk watches a field mouse. Then your first sale comes in. It is $8. Your cost of goods was $5. Your ad spend to get that sale was $11. You lost money. You are confused because the math on paper looked clean. A researcher named Dan Ariely spent years studying why people systematically misjudge their own financial outcomes, and what he found was simple. Humans are optimistic by design. You overestimated your conversion rate. You underestimated your ad cost. You assumed the supplier's processing time was 2 days when it was 8. The beginner phase is where most people quit, not because dropshipping does not work, because the learning curve is invisible until you are inside it. Level 3 is the student. You did not quit. You ran the numbers again. You went back to the forums, the subreddits, the YouTube comments. You started tracking everything in a spreadsheet. Cost per click, cost per purchase, return on ad spend, average order value. You started to understand that dropshipping is not a product business. It is a math business. You are not selling kitchen gadgets. You are operating a system where the inputs, ad spend, audience targeting, supplier cost, shipping time, product price, have to line up in a very specific way to produce a positive output. You found a product that actually converts. Your margin is $9 per order. Your cost per purchase from Facebook ads is $6. You are making $3 a unit. That is not life-changing, but it is proof, and proof is everything at level 3. The student has one job: find one winning product and learn why it won. Level 4 is the grinder. You have one product that works. Now you scale it. You increase your ad budget. You test new audiences. You write 5 versions of your ad copy and run them against each other. You learn what split testing means and you do it obsessively. You hire your first freelancer, maybe a video editor on Fiverr to cut your product video, maybe a virtual assistant to handle customer service emails. You're making somewhere between $2,000 and $8,000 a month in revenue. Profit is thinner than that number sounds, but you are in the game. The grinder's biggest enemy is not competition. Research by Adam Grant at Wharton showed that most early-stage entrepreneurs fail not because of external competition, but because of internal inconsistency. They optimize the parts they enjoy and ignore the parts they find boring. The grinder who refuses to learn ad targeting stays stuck. The one who goes deep on data moves up. Level 5 is the operator. Revenue is no longer the number you watch. Profit is. You have started to understand your business at a systems level. You have a supplier you trust, or you have moved to a private agent in China who gives you better rates and faster shipping. You have a customer service team, even if it is one person overseas handling tickets through Gorgias or Freshdesk. You have a returns policy that does not destroy your margins. You know your customer acquisition cost, your lifetime value, your churn rate on any subscription products you may have added. You are running a real business, not a side hustle, a business. Revenue is somewhere between $10,000 and $50,000 a month. You have competitors copying your ads within weeks of you launching. You know this because you have started copying other people's winning ads too. The operator does not get emotional about the market. The operator studies it. Level 6 is the brand builder. At some point, dropshipping in its raw form hits a ceiling. Your ads get saturated. Your product gets undercut by competitors with lower prices. Your supplier relationship is not exclusive. Anyone can sell what you sell. The brand builder is the dropshipper who realized this and made a decision. They stopped selling commodities and started building identity. They created a logo people recognize. They added packaging inserts. They moved from generic AliExpress products to white-labeled or custom manufactured goods. They started building an email list. They started building a social media presence around the product category, not just the product. According to a study from Harvard Business School, brands that create emotional association with a lifestyle, not just a product, retain customers at 3 times the rate of commodity sellers. The brand builder is no longer competing on price. They are competing on trust. Level 7 is the media buyer. Some dropshippers go deep into the ad side rather than the brand side. These are the people who become obsessed with the advertising machine itself. They understand Meta's algorithm at a granular level. They know how to read a creative fatigue curve. They know when to kill an ad set and when to let it breathe. They have agency-level knowledge of Google Shopping, TikTok ads, YouTube pre-rolls. They can look at an ad account and diagnose its problems in 20 minutes, the way a mechanic diagnoses an engine. These people are rare and extremely valuable. Many of them eventually stop running their own stores and start running ads for other businesses, charging $10,000 to $20,000 a month as performance marketing consultants. The skill is the asset. The dropshipping store was just the classroom. Level 8 is the portfolio holder. You're no longer running one store. You are running 3 or 5 or 8. Each store is in a different niche. Each has its own ad account, its own supplier chain, its own customer service inbox. You have a small team, maybe 4 to 10 people, who keep the operations running while you focus on finding new winning products and new markets. Your revenue across all stores might be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000 a month. Profit margins are tighter than outsiders imagine, somewhere between 15 and 30% after all costs. But on that volume, the number is life-changing. The portfolio holder has one vulnerability that researchers in behavioral economics have documented repeatedly: complexity risk. The more systems you run simultaneously, the more likely one failure cascades into others. The best portfolio holders build redundancy into every system. Level 9 is the exit. You have built something with real value, not just revenue: a brand, a customer list, a proven ad system, a supplier relationship, an operations team, and now someone wants to buy it. Businesses in the e-commerce space typically sell for 2 to 4 times their annual net profit on platforms like Acquire.com or through brokers like Empire Flippers. A store making $200,000 a year in net profit could sell for $400,000 to $800,000. A cash-out event like this is the moment most dropshippers never plan for, but that the smartest ones always targeted. The exit is not the end of the story, it is the beginning of the next one. Most people who reach level 9 take the capital and start again. Faster, smarter, with better contacts and more resources. Level 10 is the architect. This is the person most people never hear about because they stopped making content years ago. They are not selling courses on dropshipping. They are not posting their revenue screenshots. They are building. At level 10, the original dropshipping store is a footnote. The capital it generated funded an investment in a private label brand that now does 8 figures a year, or it funded a stake in a logistics company that serves other e-commerce sellers, or it became the seed round of a SaaS tool built for dropshippers. The software that level 1 dreamers will subscribe to next year. The architect understood something early that most people miss. Dropshipping is not the destination, it is the education. It teaches you traffic. It teaches you conversion. It teaches you supplier relationships and customer psychology and margin math and operational systems. Every level of the dropshipper is really just one long curriculum.